Hey there, creepy peeps. Welcome to my channel if you're new here, and welcome back if you're returning. Today we're doing a come with me review, but kind of, not really. I know I say that every time because theaters are closed, blah blah blah, I'm staying in my room, but it is gonna be slightly different from that even more. Before I tell you how that's going to be slightly different, I want to thank my creepy patron peeps for supporting my channel. Thank you guys so much. If you want to find out the perks to being a creepy patron peep yourself, you can follow that link in the description. Okay, so I'm going to do this review in come with me style, in the sense that I haven't watched the movie yet. I'm going to watch the movie right now and then immediately turn the camera back on and tell you what I thought. So like off the cuff, first impressions, you get it. But I didn't know what movie I wanted to watch, so I asked you guys on my Instagram story for a movie you saw this year that you thought got overlooked by everybody, and then I asked you to tell me why I should watch it in 5 words or less, because I didn't want any preconceived notions. I did have to do a quick Google search of each one, but I just checked to see if I could stream them. So Zachary suggested I watch Aquaslash, and his reasoning was killer in a water park. And I looked it up, just trying to remember off the top of my head. I believe it showed it was available on YouTube, Amazon Prime, and Vudu. That's at least in the US that I know for sure. But yeah, that's all I know about it. Killer in a water park. So I'm gonna turn this movie on and watch it. You know, it'll be super quick, you know, just the length of a movie. So, be right back. Well, I'll never get that time back. This is gonna be more spoilery than most. I'm not gonna tell you every single thing that happens in the movie, but I am gonna talk about the bulk of the movie in general. Because as this probably says in the title, this is a rant. I guess to preface this, Zachary, I'm sorry. Oh my God. I hated this. So basically the setup of the movie is these recent high school graduates are celebrating their graduating high school by spending the weekend at a water park where a serial killer is on the loose. The movie is called Aquaslash, so I was expecting a slasher movie. This was not. Did have to pause it once to go do something, and it was about 39 minutes in when I paused it, and it was maybe 10 or 15 minutes after that where any carnage actually happens in this. I think it's an 80-minute movie. The setup is way too long, and I use the term setup loosely. You don't care about any of the characters. I couldn't tell you a single one of their names except for Chad's, because of the running joke that everyone keeps getting his name wrong. Not even a main character. I don't know if this was purposefully trying to be bad, but they did a great job. Obviously supposed to be reminiscent of 80s slashers, you know, all the ones that were themed. Friday the 13th, Chopping Mall, things like that. This is oh, let's do a water slide slasher, a water park slasher, whatever. Even the cheesiest 80s slasher gives you more character development and setup than that, and a higher body count. I know the slashers are not all about the body count, and technically a lot of people do die, but it's literally all within the last 10 minutes of the movie. I'm sorry, this is where I'm gonna spoil it, because I'm sorry, I was disappointed. All I had to go off of was the title, so I'm thinking it's gonna be a water park slasher. So I'm trying to think of all the cool water park kills we could do, and there's only one. There's only one, and just multiple people go down the same slide and into the same trap. There's no mystery as to who the killer is. They do reveal who the killer is at the end, and it's the thinnest possible reasoning for what they're doing. So by that point, I just didn't give a fuck. I honestly thought they weren't gonna reveal it, and you know what? In a way, I kind of would have been okay with that, because I just didn't care. And to an extent, I am just over the throwbacks to the 80s slashers, okay? I know everybody loves the 80s slashers. I do as well. But I'm how many throwbacks do we need? This one was pointless. I can understand a throwback or a nostalgia flick that had some purpose to it, but this was just embarrassing. This was just insulting because I'm in a complaining mood now. I'm really over the high school aged kids acting like they're 22. I'm sorry. And the girls are all running around with their tops off and they're snorting cocaine. And like, what the actual fuck? And they're the class of 2018. They say it in the movie. I'm like, what the actual fuck? I'm not saying high school kids in the 80s did that either, but it's like, I'm just to complain even more. That trend needs to die, and it needs to die now. It's the stupidest thing to be mad about, but every time I see it now, like in recent movies, like it just pisses me off. Why is that a thing? Why is that still a thing? Why? Why? 0.5 out of 5 for me. I'm sorry. I hated this. On IMDb, it has a 4.6 out of 10. On Rotten Tomatoes, it has a 29% critic score and a 33% audience score. And on Letterboxd, it has an even 2 out of 5. There are a few of you that I follow on there that have seen it. It looks like it's surprisingly across the board. That just goes to show you that, you know, we all have different opinions. If you did like it, please share in the comments what you did like about it. I skimmed through some reviews and I saw some people talked about like how the movie looked really good, like cinematography wise, and the acting wasn't as bad as some other things people had seen, which I'll give it that. I just think the negative for me far outweighed any positive aspects this movie had. If you kind of like this idea where you guys give me a suggestion, like I just sight unseen pull it up and watch it and do a come with me review, let me know if this is like a thing you would want to see. Obviously, as evidenced by this video, I cannot guarantee a positive review just because you suggest it. But I can promise I will review it honestly. Thank you for watching this video. I will see you next week with another new video. Until then, stay strange. Bye.